One day. Very good morning, children. I would like to wish you a very happy Engineers Day on behalf of our beloved principal ma'am and all the teaching staff and non-teaching staff. Every year, this day, September 15, will be celebrated as the Engineers Day to commemorate the birth anniversary of our Sir M. Visvesvaraya, Bharat Ratna awardee in the year 1955. So here, across the country, it may be engineering colleges and many organizations celebrate this Engineers Day to felicitate, to recognize, to motivate the engineers' children for their remarkable achievement in the field of engineering. Sir M. Visvesvaraya, that is Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya, born in Mudlinhalli in the village of Karnataka in the year 1861. So here, after that, he educated BA, Bachelor of Arts, in the University of Madras, and then he pursued his civil engineering in the College of Pune. Then, after all that, he appointed as a Diwan of Mysore in the year 1912 to 1918. In the tenure of 6 years, he served very immensely. He contributed very immensely for the Mysore. Then, in the 6-year tenure, he worked as a chief engineer and a famous Krishnarajasagar Dam built by the great Sir M. Visvesvaraya. Then, in these 6-year tenure, he contributed for the Mysore division in the sector of education, it may be banking and commerce, and in the field of agriculture and irrigation department. For this achievement, British Indian Empire, George King V, named after Sir awardee for the Sir M. Visvesvaraya. Then, for his contribution to the different sections of the Mysore division, it may be in the social, it may be education department, it may be irrigation department, he bestowed upon a great Indian civilian award, that is Bharat Ratna, by the Indian government in the year 1955. And he is very famous for his work, and he is very patented in the automated open gates, which we use first time in the Kadakwasala reservoir in the 1903. Then it used many reservoir for the open gate. I think you might have seen recent flood happen. So many a time we have to save the water, and when it helps us, we have to release it. So this is all about Sir M. Visvesvaraya, and he is a great personality. I feel proud to speak about Sir M. Visvesvaraya on his birthday as a Karnataka. So I belong to Karnataka, I feel proud to talk. And how engineers are so important for our society. I will talk few words regarding this. Why engineers we need? We need all the people, it may be doctors, engineers, teachers, professors, many more people we need, personality, to betterment of the livelihood. Even though I am going to talk specially for the engineers, why we need. This COVID, amid COVID pandemic, we facing since last 15 to 18 months, totally this education department devastated. You might have seen how the engineers are co-related for the technology. So we are using technology to meeting virtually. You might have seen in these days, many months, we have conducted online classes. Behind that, we have used many, Microsoft Teams we use many time, many institutions they will use, many Google Meet they use, many more platforms they will use. Behind that, there is an engineer work. So many a time we feel we would like to take updated version of technology. We will not feel we want very lowest version of. We want to purchase cell phone. We want updated version. Behind that there is a technology. Behind that there is an engineer. Without engineer we can't imagine. So here our engineers are totally work for the betterment of the country. You take different organizations. You take defense sector, how engineers are so important for defense sector. You take DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization. And you take HAL, it means it is Hindustan Aeronautic Limited, which will manufacture wide range of missiles, aircrafts. It may be unmanned aircrafts. We can defend our country with help of these equipments. Behind that, there is an engineer work. You take many more rocket launching stations in India. So behind that, Tumba you take. It is a rocket launching station. And you take Sriharikota, which will be a satellite launching vehicle, that is station. Behind that, there are many more engineers. They will work. Do you remember why satellites are so important for us? So here we want to communicate very smoother. We want more speed internet. We want satellites. We have to launch a good number and well-performing satellites we have to launch. Then we can commute well. So behind this, there is an engineer work. You take many more sectors. As I told you, you take medicine sector. Behind that, this COVID pandemic, we have devastated not only for education sector, in many more sector, there is a problem. So we got many more vaccines. You take AstraZeneca, we got Covishield, we got, then we got many more vaccines like can you remember few more vaccines? After Covishield, Covaxin, Remdesivir. Yes, many more vaccines we got in the span of 15 to 18 months. It is only because of our engineers, because of our scientists. So I hope you can recognize why engineers are so important. We want good buildings, but we don't want good students. Why? We want good engineers, we want good buildings, we want good roadways, we want to nurture today's children. I hope you will understand why engineers are so important for the betterment of the livelihood of the nation. So many more things. We go on talking the importance of these engineers. There are many more examples we get. So try to respect our Sir Visvesvaraya for his contribution for the betterment of our nation. Thank you. Jai Hind.